Hey Dan, this is in response to your current series of videos regarding YouTube Red, um, creator consumer relationships and Adblock. I'll be honest here. The one topic that actually drew me to your channel was your views on piracy. You've got a pretty interesting and forgiving view of the practice. You actually don't even call it piracy; you call it file sharing, and in many aspects I agree with you. In this digital age, you can make infinite copies of any intellectual property, and because the supply goes to infinity, the inherent value of each copy goes down to negligible. Now, one counter argument that I've always seen to what you've been saying is the creator saying that they still need to be compensated for all the time and effort they put into whatever they created. They need to be compensated for the property because they invested in it, and they do have a valid point, but my view is that we don't exactly have a perfect way panned out for them to be ideally compensated for it. The copyright law dictates that the creator should have the first and last word on how people should access and consume their media. But as the nature of digital piracy shows, consumers, if they don't agree with that, they can just defy the creators. DRM isn't perfect. It's next to impossible to prosecute pirates. That's why digital piracy is still rampant today, and many creators complain because of that. They don't have absolute control over the distribution of their media, so they shift their anger on the pirates and blame them for whatever problems they're having. And the fact that we even have subscription-based services like Netflix, that downloads from iTunes are happening at all, is because the consumers, some of them, they do want to support the creators. They do want to reach some sort of meeting ground, meet them halfway. So the way media is being made is often an eternal negotiation, a negotiation between the creator and between the consumer. The creator will try to come down to the consumer's terms, and the consumer will often feel pressure to accept repeated business models so that the creator, whose work he enjoys, can make a profit on things. This system doesn't always work, and that's the main reason we have resentment on both sides of the table. So as far as YouTube Red goes, I think it's a step in the right direction. It's not going to work for everybody, but it's fine. It's fine if you want to open new doors, new avenues for a creator to be supported. If you want a space for more expensive programming with higher production values to happen, which people wouldn't want to post on ad-supported media, and Adblock itself, I've started using it ever since I had to deal with an adware infection on my browser. Ever since then, I've installed Adblock as a precautionary measure. But Adblock itself often falls into a gray area for many people because it doesn't exactly help you support the creator. It's mainly a tool for your own convenience, and I can understand that ads can be a major inconvenience. They do their best to shove the message right into your face, and they can be malicious, like I've experienced myself. So that's why I don't look down on Adblock users anymore. But if you want to be sure in your heart that you're supporting the creators and you want to have a clean conscience, and if you want to encourage content with higher production values to move from cable TV to online streaming services, then yeah, in those aspects I do support YouTube Red. I wouldn't support it if it started replacing ad-supported media altogether, but I don't see that happening in the near future. So those are my thoughts on the issues of file sharing, Adblock, and YouTube Red. And it's been nice talking to you. I'm glad you have this system of encouraging people to respond to whatever points you're making. Keep it up, Dan. Keep it up.